Honorable to adjudicators, honorable to opposite team. I'm Annisa Fitriati, the Prime Minister of Government team, and today we will discuss about a motion. And this motion is about this House believes that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have a minimum quota of having local workers, of hire local workers. We strongly believe on this motion. We do support this motion heartily. But before we elaborate our argument more deeply, here we will define what is developed country itself. So developing country is a country who has tendency of lower education, lower of economical and also revenue, and also the lowering growth of human resources. And we can see there are so many developing countries in the world, such as Indonesia, India, and any other country, for example. And we strongly believe on this motion that developing countries should requiring foreign companies operating in its territory to make sure that they have a regulation to make a minimum quota of hire local workers. This is really important when we see how so many people in developing countries really need a job. The coming of these companies from foreign countries and make their business in this developing country, will give some beneficial. Of course, this beneficial must be regulated. It's important to the government to make sure that this foreign company will make a minimum quota for local workers. Of course, we can imagine that if the local workers quota have been made and regulated, it will make the foreign country more easily to take another workers from the other country to work in this foreign company. Meanwhile, if we think about the positive and negative, we have noticed that it's not only an investment by these foreign companies, but we also think that how this really important to make sure that this foreign company will help to give a chance to jobless people in the developing country to make sure that they have a job and they have experience from this foreign country. And if we look at how the foreign country's company that working and built in a developing country, they are more sophisticated. They have a lot of experience because they coming from developed country, which is where the market is easily changing by the time, and this make this foreign country has a plus score because they are more sophisticated. And this thing, we do believe that to make sure or to make a regulated from these foreign companies when they are built their business in a developing country is really important to make a minimum quota of hiring local workers. And if we see how this will really important, it's not only about jobless people that has been have their work because this foreign country has regulated, but also to make sure that this foreign country is not only take advantages from developing country, and to make sure that they are not only take the natural resource of this developing country. We can take Indonesia for example. We can see that there are so many foreign companies that working in Indonesia, but if the local quota of the local workers hasn't regulated and hasn't make sure that government set this regulation, it will make this company only take advantage from the from the natural resources from Indonesia. So we should notice this because this is really important. And this is also about increasing welfare. If we talk about welfare, it's really crucial. We know that how this foreign country must be able to grow the human resource in a place or in developing country that they work in. And this is really important to increasing the welfare of these people. Of course, if we talk about this is an important matters. It's not only about jobless people that will get the job. So this is well important. We can imagine what if this foreign country don't track a minimum quota of local workers. Maybe they will hire all of the workers in this foreign, they will hire this all from the other country, bring these workers from another country, which is we know this as an international workers. That's why it's really important to do. And this is so crucial. One more thing, we do believe that we support on this motion that developing countries should requires foreign companies operating in its territory to have a minimum quota of higher local workers. This is if we back to the first statement that this is must be important because this is an obligation of the foreign company that they have to set the regulation and to lowering the jobless workers. And we do believe on this thing that developing countries should require foreign companies operating in its territory to have a minimum quota of hiring local workers. And the most important thing is how the government has to regulate this clearly, so to make sure that they are not easily escape from this obligation. So that's the reason. That's why the invention of government on this regulation is really important. The government can set this as a first requirement in the contract to the foreign companies that gonna work in the developing countries, such as in Indonesia. And one more time, we do believe on this motion. We support this motion a lot. Because if we see from the positive impact of foreign companies, we know that these foreign companies has more ability. They has a power to help this developing country being better in the economical and also in the companies working. And we strongly believe that the developing country should require foreign companies opening and make a quota minimum. Thank you.